welcome back to another Mr. Robot Monday. Today I chose an easy box. I'm really exhausted. Got a lot going on. Working for a certification at my job, as well as still enrolled in school and doing certifications there. So right now I'm in GCPN, which is the GIAC Cloud Penetration Testing course. A lot of this stuff I've never touched before, so cloud is like a completely new thing to me. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can, as quickly as I can. So these are kind of taking a back seat to my actual certifications. So the next few might be easy ones. They might be quick. I don't know. It may even take a little while, but we'll see. So let me go ahead and share my screen if I can find the correct button. Go ahead and present. Share screen. And boom. Okay. So I haven't started anything yet. Had some technical difficulties earlier. So I had to restart pretty much everything. But so the one I chose today was Twiggy. It's an easy box. It says it's intermediate. So I don't know. It may take a little bit longer, but we'll check it out. So first things first, I actually need to start up my VPN because I don't have one running right now. So I will go to my desktop where I have the VPN config file saved, and I will sudo open VPN, and I will use that universal one. Enter in my super secure password that nobody knows. I'll give you a hint. It's probably going to look a lot like that, right? Anyway, cool. So we have an IP address up here, and we are connected to the VPN. So let's go ahead and boot this bad boy up. I'm just kidding. All right. Any second now. So as soon as this starts up, we'll go ahead, grab that IP address, which it is here. That was actually a pretty quick boot. And we'll go ahead and run an nmap scan for all ports. I'm not going to export it this time just because I don't want to. But we'll save the output to nmap.txt. So we'll scan all the open ports for this. And then next we'll go and look at all the services running on those ports. Go ahead and minimize that. Don't need it for right now. And today, you can't see, I'm wearing the 5.9 flag from Mr. Robot. This shirt's like super faded though. I need to get a new one. I actually have the 5.9 flag itself hanging up on the wall behind what you're seeing right now. That was probably like one of the coolest things I was able to get. I wish I could get one as big as what they had on the actual show, because that thing was phenomenal. But oh well. Let's see. Minute 35 remaining. Hopefully it doesn't hang up though. Okay, yeah, it's still going. Minute 10. Hmm. 41 seconds. This one's taking a while. I wonder if there's a lot of open ports on it. It all depends on the network too. Because sometimes you'll get connected and the network's just like bogged down from whatever else is going on. Like if there's a ton of people on the same network, and they're all running their scans too. Like it gets a little bogged down. It wasn't near as bad as like what the OffSec OSCP labs used to be. Because those things, man, like you could go in, like as soon as you get inside of a box, like somebody else is already in there, and so you can leave them little love notes and stuff. It's hilarious. And by love notes, I mean telling them to go fuck themselves and get out of your computer. It's kind of funny. All right, so we got a few open ports here. Nothing crazy. I don't know what 4505, 4506 are, but let's run a service scan. Actually, automate this. So we'll run a version scan and a script scan. Let's see what's running on those ports, and if there's anything vulnerable that we can just take advantage of and exploit. It does have a web server running, so it may be a web-based attack vector. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that was pretty quick. All right, so it's running Nginx mezzanine. I don't know what that is. I'm guessing that's a CMS of some sort. ZMTP 0MQ ZM. I don't know what that is either. This is running Nginx as well. I'm assuming this might be an API. I don't know. Boy, where do we even start with this one? I guess we'll start with, what is this, mezzanine? Let's search for any exploits for that. Okay. Cross-site scripting. Man, I can't talk today. Is that all there is? I mean, cross-site scripting to RCE, that would be great, but if this is just cross-site scripting, let's see what it does. Actually, yeah, let's make sure we got the right version. Version 4.2.0. This one doesn't say. Let me try visiting the actual site. What's the IP address? So let's go to it on port 80 and let's just check it out, see if we can find a version number. So I was right. Yeah, it's a CMS, so content management. Not seeing a legals, maybe about. Oh wait, why don't I just view page source? Let's see if it's in there. Nope, I'm not seeing anything. So there is an admin login, it looks like. Let's try admin. Admin password? All right. Four 4.2.0 fixed in 421. But I don't see a version number. Uh-oh. So that all takes you to the actual website. I don't want to go there. I'm going to come back to that because I don't want to waste my time with cross-site scripting if I don't have the correct version number for it. So yeah, let's see what else we got. I'm curious about this too. 0MQ ZMTP. I have no idea what this is. So let us look this up too. See if there's any known exploits. Actually, let me type in exploit. Salt stack 3000.1. What is this? Wait, did it say anything about, what was I looking for? I forgot the name of it. 0 something. 0MQ. Did it even mention anything about that in here? I'm just pulling up random exploits. Okay, so there's something for 0MQ. I don't know though. And it's not verified. Let's see. Port 8000. I'll go ahead and curl that. It doesn't look like it has a web page. So HTTP, our IP address is, or that IP address, 174.62. Let's see what we got here. Oh wait, that's the same web page on port 80. Meant to do port 8000. Let's try that. I was like, man, this is the exact same thing that's on port 80. Nginx, we already saw that. Application, JSON, that's fine. Allow get head and post, that's normal. Access control, allow credentials, true. X upstream. Wait, Salt API 3000-1. Wasn't that Salt Stack 3000.1? Is that the same thing? It sure looks like it is. Okay. We'll take a look at this then. And somebody on Facebook said it sounds really good today. I appreciate that. I wish your names and stuff would show. I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong with that. I think it's probably because it's on a privatized thing. But yeah, I appreciate the feedback. Let's see. It's unverified though. I don't like doing these unverified ones because half the time they don't work or somebody's already redone it in a better way. So actually, that's what I'm going to look for. So we have, it says exploit for these CVEs. So let's see if we can find a better exploit, right, on GitHub, because usually they redo them, especially for the, like I said, for these ones that are unverified. If you see this X up here, it means it's not verified in the exploit database. It means they haven't gone through and actually verified that the exploit works. It just means that somebody uploaded an exploit. If you see a green check mark there, it's been verified. It's pretty much guaranteed to work unless you're doing something wrong. But sometimes, man, like these things will get so frustrating because people will leave like chunks of code out without realizing it. And so you have to go back through like line by line to figure out what the hell is missing. But that's why I like searching for them. Like if they actually list what the exploit was for, or what the CVE was for. So the CVEs right here. We can search those in GitHub and hopefully find one. It looks like there's one right here. Let's see. How about I open it up, take a look at it. So it looks like it imports a module called Salt, which I'm assuming is something to do with that API that we just saw, the Salt API, whenever I curled port 80. So Salt API 3000-1. So I'm assuming that that module right here talks to that API in some kind of way, as well as all of these. But let's see. Define init minion, no. Check Salt version. Trying to see where the exploit itself is. Oh, it looks like it has a reverse shell option. They named it pwn get shell, and then you input your local host and local port numbers, and so it runs. That's just a basic Python reverse shell. Yeah, it's running as Python 3, so I guess it just executes that. Yeah, we can try it. Let me try this. Let me get the raw so I can just copy and paste it. And we'll call this one 0.py. I should have named it salt.py. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You can name it anything you want. It really doesn't matter. Just as long as you remember how to call it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this looks like it's a directory traversal or a local file inclusion exploit from what I saw a minute ago. I'm trying to find that spot. Man, I just saw it too. Uh, okay, so this CVE has something to do with this parameter within the request. But I'm not trying to run that exploit. I was trying to run the other one, which I thought we got. I thought this was a wow. So yeah, it was 652. Then I don't know why. So apparently they have 651 in here as well, like an exploit for that. So maybe this is just a combination of both. I guess you can't go wrong if you're running both of them, right? But that's not what I saw earlier. Mm-mm-mm. Hmm. Anyway, yeah, let me save this and try it. So we'll run Python 3 0.py and let's see what our parameters are. No module named salt. So we'll need to install that module. So pip install salt, or it should be pip 3 install salt. I may have to run a virtual environment for this. We'll see if the version 2 works. Maybe not. Python. Nope. So we'll try to do what they said right here. Apt install or apt install Python 3 and then dash salt. Give it a shot. Let's run sudo. Hmm. Yeah, let me pull up my notes real quick because I will need to go into that environment which it's talking about right here. I have all of those commands listed. One moment. Let me find all that. Oh yeah, I guess I can't share those notes. This is part of OSCP. I need to extract these commands from the OSCP stuff and then put them into my other notes, but I haven't done that yet. I probably need to, and I'll probably do this right after I finish this. There we go. All right, let me copy this command. Well, yeah, I mean, I can study, or not study, I can share this part. So all I'm doing is just copying these commands right here. Well, actually, just these commands. That's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and paste those in here so I don't forget. So I'm basically creating a virtual environment for it, like it stated up there. Uh, I don't know why it keeps having issues. I need to figure that out, but I haven't had time to look into it. So this is kind of like getting around it, kind of putting a band-aid on it, so to speak. And so now, as you can see, I'm in a virtual environment. So now let me try pip3 install salt. And oh, like magic, it downloads salt. Yeah, still don't know why it does that, but whatever. We'll figure it out later. And then so now I can run all of that. Holy cow, there's a lot of stuff with it. I didn't realize I had this much stuff in it. Whatever. Just let that run. All right, we're good there. So now we can run that command. Python 3 was it 0.py. This module is deprecated. Please use salt.channel.client instead. Okay, so it's running at least. So now we just need to add in the arguments that it had. Which I wanted to use the git shell. So pwn git shell. Let me just see if I can run -h for help. Hey, there we go. There's a list of our arguments. So it looks like master IP, that's going to be our target machine. So I will go ahead and run tech m, and then the IP is 192.168. I forget. 17462. And then the port number, I could have swore it said it was default. 45, yeah, 4506. So that's default. So I don't even have to input that. And then I need shell, actually. So I can put -lh. That's ls. I need lh. Remote listen host is 192.168.45.169. And then -lp for our port. We'll just run on 80 since we know that 80 is already open from our port scans. So in case there's a firewall or something up, we can actually come out of this port rather than the firewall shutting down like a random port like 4444. And then I guess I need to set up a listener. I don't know if it catches it on here or not, but we'll see. NC NVLP. Let's do 80. There's our listener. And then we also need to exec choose master. Let's run that. Oh shit. That actually worked. And we're already root, so there's no privest to this one. Well, that was pretty cool. So get a response for attempting master shell. Huh. How about that? Well, as you can see, I'm root at Twiggy. There's our proof. So we will cat proof.txt. I guess this was an easy one. And we need to capture that flag. Uh-oh. Boom. And that was it, man. So there's no user flag in that. It just went straight to root based off of this exploit. So let me do a little bit of a recap. We ran a port scan on all the ports. We found these ports to be open, so we ran a version scan, script scan on just these ports. And we found out that port 80 was running a CMS called Mezzanine. We couldn't find the version number of it for whatever reason. I think I had to be signed in to look at it. Did find a cross-site scripting exploit for it, but I didn't want to try that if we didn't have the right version. So then I ended up Googling this and found this exploit after Googling it for SaltStack 3000.1 remote code execution. I wasn't sure if that was correct or not, so then I looked at port 8000, which is running an Nginx server. And then when I curled that, I found Salt API 3000-1, which reminded me of Salt Stack 3000.1. So I just looked that up and found the same exploit. So I was like, obviously this has to be the right exploit, right? But it was unverified. I don't like messing with unverified exploits. So I looked up for the CVE for the newest one, which is 11652. Once I Googled that, I found this exploit, which actually runs both of those CVEs. I saw that it automatically provided a web shell called pwn git shell, and all it needed was your localhost, local port, and then it would run a Python reverse shell for you. So all you had to do was set up a listener, right? So we copied and pasted that, set up a listener. Let me see. I had to go to a virtual environment so that I could download the module Salt because it was just not working for whatever reason, which I'm going to look into that. So I ran some commands, created a virtual environment, ran pip3 install Salt, got that module. Once I got that module installed, I ran the command again with -h so that I could figure out what options I needed or what arguments I needed. And so I just went with the shell L host, shell L port, the exec choose either master or minions, which I assume master because I've input master IP, and that's where we wanted to run that command. So yeah, that was very simple. Pretty cool stuff. Wasn't very long. Actually, the timing on it was perfect because I have some more studying to do. So If you guys have any questions on this or have any general feedback, please let me know, man. Even if it's, like I said, even if it's just to make fun of me, I don't really care. This is more for me so that I can understand more of what I'm talking about while I'm actually doing it. And especially for audiences that aren't necessarily very technical. Uh, so yeah, any room for improvement, any kind of feedback is good feedback in my opinion. So just let me know. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.